So, who is Adam Keyes?
Well, Adam Keyes is a guy that was born and raised in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Moved to the great state of Pennsylvania when I was a teenager. I was a senior in high school when 9/11 happened, and I'd always wanted to join the military before that. A lot of military in my family, but after that, after 9/11, of course, I knew right away that I was going to join, and I pursued that dream ever since.
So, tell me about the accident.
Yep. So my unit and I, the 20th Engineers, were in Afghanistan the whole year of 2010. It was a little over halfway in July of 2010 when I was hit with an IED. It was a crazy day, of course, but you know, I consider myself the lucky one, even though I look a little banged up on the edges and everything. I feel like I'm the lucky one here because, unfortunately, I was the only one to make it out of that one alive. So, although I'm missing a few bits, I feel very proud to be alive and to honor my friends that didn't make it home. And that's what drives me largely most every day.
Okay. So that's what gets you out of bed in the morning?
It does, and of course, the friends that I had that didn't make it home, all the service members from all the countries that went there and sacrificed their lives for us after 9/11. But also my beautiful family at home, and I now, since injury, have a nephew and a niece, 4 and 2 years old, that keep me on my toes, per se, all the time. And I enjoy spending time with them, and you know, hopefully one day I'll have a family of my own. So I got a lot to live for, a lot to keep working towards.
So, why did you decide, or how did you decide that you wanted to climb Mount Kilimanjaro?
Well, that's a tough one. I had heard of a quadruple amputee that did it, essentially bear crawl it. His name was Kyle Menard. And I reached out to him to see his thoughts, and I talked to his friend Joey, who was his climbing partner. So I got a lot of insight from him. I had there's a guy I don't know personally, but I know he was a Marine Corps vet, and he did it on 2 prosthetic legs. Both his legs are missing. And then I had a friend of mine here in town in Annapolis, Maryland, named Bob Saunders, who's a Marine Corps vet from the Vietnam era, and he did it, I'd say about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, to raise money and awareness for his daughter who has cystic fibrosis. And he largely climbed it because he wanted to feel what she feels on a daily basis to breathe, because it's hard to breathe at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, of course, because of the altitude. And I saw his video when he came back, and I had just got my new shorty legs that fit amazing. And I started feeling really good on these legs, and eventually I said to Bob, I said, I think I could start running, and I bet you I could do what you just did. And it sort of snowballed from there. I met his guide, I met a lot of people that had done it before, and got a little insight, and before you know it, I said I committed to it. I started training on my own for the most part in the beginning for about 4 or 5 months before I announced it to everybody. And I announced it, 3 weeks ago now, so almost 2 months before I had to leave. And it's gaining momentum ever since. So I'm raising money for charity now for 3 nonprofits that have helped me along the way. And I'm funding myself to do this endeavor. So all the money that's raised goes directly to those 3 nonprofits to help the next people in line that they're going to need the help that may not even know it yet.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Adam.
Airborne.